Hi, Baz.
Oh, we're recording?
Hi, Baz. Say hello, Baz.
Hello, Baz. Sorry, I also found out that Danielle got eliminated on Dancing with the Stars instead of Andy Richter, which is fucking bullshit.
That's an incredible start to the first episode of this podcast where we talk about movies.
Oh yeah, anyways, I guess in today's episode we just saw If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, which was directed by Mary Bronstein and stars Rose Byrne and also Conan O'Brien and also A$AP Rocky.
Yeah.
A$AP Rocky fine as hell. That's all I have to say on that front. Yeah, that movie low-key miserable as hell.
It started and immediately it became so clear that they weren't going to show the kid's face for the entire movie until the last frame, and I seriously sat there and I went, are we really doing this? And we did end up just really doing that.
Not to be the friend who's too woke. I take great umbrage with the fact that we didn't show the kid at all until she was not being seen as like a medical nuisance anymore.
Yeah.
So like, why the fuck are we treating disabled kids that way? Like, I understand.
That's such a good question.
I understand as a mother of a disabled kid, like obviously you have a lot of feelings.
Yeah,
doesn't
you
mean
are
they're
a
good
mother
feelings.
of a disabled kid.
No, I'm saying
no, I know what you mean.
As Rose Byrne's character. Yeah, speaking of which, very problematic character, played, I would say, very well.
It was, she was okay. I don't really, like...
But just before, my point being is, like, I get that shitty moms exist. I'm just saying, why does the film have to reflect that? In regards to, like, how we perceive the kid.
Well... No, yeah, okay, that you fixed your statement there at the second.
Yeah, well, because I never got to explain it.
No, I know.
There was no statement to fix if you didn't let me finish it.
No. You had a statement that I disagreed with until your last sentence there, where, like, the whole point...
You see, this is what we call a thesis statement.
The whole point is that it's like, yeah, this is how this goes, but I agree that I don't like how that forced the audience's view onto the kid.
Because the kid was there as basically a plot device.
Yeah, that's all she was. And I think that that's certainly a choice. And it's not one that I would ever agree with. And I think that, like, the choice was to make the kid so annoying and loud and just constant. But it's like, that's children. And that's kind of like... you know, what she signed up for. That sounds wrong. That sounds incorrect. That's not how I meant that to go. It's episode 1 and I'm already being incredibly problematic. I'm canceling the podcast. What I meant to say was that I think that it was just a poor choice on the film's behalf. Because obviously it wants us to feel for the main character. But, like, I don't, because she's just so reprehensible. And, yeah, she can be reprehensible. But it's like, I don't want to watch someone being reprehensible to their disabled child. Yeah. Or any child, but...
Which also, like, unnamed disability. Vague.
Yeah. Never showing the kid.
A whole bunch of vague shit.
Oh, she has a feeding tube. I don't know what the title means. The title doesn't mean anything. What was going on with the lights?
Yeah, what the fuck was the title for?
The hole in the ceiling is the feeding tube hole, but, like, the kids outside... there's the fucking,
like, deadlights from It.
There's the deadlights from It in there. But then it's also simultaneously at the same time, just, like...
And then A$AP Rocky fell through it and broke his leg.
Yeah, and A$AP Rocky falls through it and breaks his leg, but she doesn't stick around for that, but also, like, that's not weird, but also, like, the guy who's fixing the hole in the ceiling just left, but
I need to get close to the mic for a second.
The hole in the ceiling could be fixed in one night. Like, why was the contractor a problem at all? Also, the scene with the contractors there, with the husband there, that was shot in daytime. There were full-on was lit up like it was daytime, but it was set during nighttime, so I don't know what was going on there.
Whoever on Letterboxd put this under the comedy genre needs to be fired.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that would be someone on the movie database that entered it as a comedy, but like there was no comedy in it. There was no laughs.
I laughed sometimes.
There was one joke I laughed at. I forget what it was. My apologies. I shall stop using swooping statements.
No, we can be generalizing.
Yeah, it was just incredibly.
Hey, why the close-up gore of a car running over a hamster?
Yeah, that was completely unnecessary. The whole hamster plot was unnecessary at all. Like,
the plot about the mom leaving her baby was unnecessary.
Yeah, like I thought for a minute that it was going to be super like, ooh, conniving, weird. And it's like the whole person we've been watching the whole time is the mom that left her baby. And it's her like fantasized version of whatever's happening. But no, that wasn't the case.
Did her and Conan O'Brien have an affair or something?
I don't know. I think they wanted us to think that, but also simultaneously not. It was psychological thriller, but not in a way that was thrilling or very psychological.
And then weirdly surrealist for no reason that did not tie into the plot.
And why were the dead lights from it there? That's the question.
Also, like, she killed herself at the end, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But her daughter was dead too, because she killed her.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, she killed her daughter. Oh, yeah. Very spoiler filled. This is very spoiler filled.
Yeah, sorry, our bad.
Very spoiler filled podcast. Yeah, we went to the Liberty Tree Mall.
Yeah, bro, we drove to fucking Danvers for this.
Childhood Mall. It was desolate. It felt very TV glow.
There was a sign that said, if you're experiencing symptoms of depression, call this number if you're having an urgent emergency. And then the opposite side of it said the same thing if you're having anxiety. And we saw that when we walked in. I thought it was kind of funny because the mall was fucking desolate. And then when we walked out of the movie, I saw both sides of the sign, and I said, that was me watching If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Yeah, that's a fair statement on how this whole experience felt.
Used to be one other ones, and I liked you for that.
I left the movie theater not hating it. And as we sat here talking about it, I hate it.
I have that effect on people.
Like I don't understand it. And I feel like this is a movie that I should feel like I should understand. And I didn't.
It's just
and I've been in therapy a lot.
None of the plot threads tie together.
Yeah, they even said there's a line in the movie like there's no thread to follow. Yeah, this movie had no thread to follow. What did she want? What did she want to do? She wanted to get her daughter better, but then she was also like not at the same time. But then like she wasn't doing anything and she had no agency, and that's maybe like if I'm giving it credit,
Rose Byrne.
Yeah, Rose Byrne had no agency, and if to give 2% of credit, maybe that was the whole point, is that she's a mom of a disabled kid who has no life of her own because she always has to be taking care of her kid or her patients as a therapist.
Which, like, I get that, but then why is there no, like, sympathy?
There's no sympathy there because she's just bad.
Or, like, the thing
and then she bought cocaine, but then nothing came of that. Like, that just happened, and then it was thrown away in the background.
I think the thing is, or the way I perceive it, rather, is the movie wants us to have sympathy for her because she's a working mom who's a therapist who also goes to therapy, who has a disabled kid, and her fucking apartment breaks and there's mold and shit everywhere, and she has to juggle all these things while her husband's away for 8 weeks, I think they said.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes.
Why did the husband go away for 8? Like, he's a boat captain, but why are you leaving your wife in this scenario?
Well, he's a boat captain, but then he also went to a baseball game.
Yeah, on an island.
Anyways, and it's like, I get that. And, like, yes, I obviously do have sympathy for mothers who have to juggle a whole lot of shit. But, like, that can't be the only redeeming factor of a character who we want to support. And maybe this is supposed to be more of like a character study type thing, but in that event that it is supposed to be that...
I don't know what her character is.
I don't know what her character is. Two, if it's a character study, why the fuck are we getting all these surrealist CGI floating orbs around?
Yeah, like, I don't get, like... There were times where it seemed like they were trying to say, like, oh yeah, she had... Like, there was one crazy scene that was a flashback that I thought was trying to imply that, like, you know, this came, like, her illness came from some sort of accident that Rose Byrne was also involved in. But then it was like, no, because it's an illness, so it's genetic or caught or just developed.
So we never know, because why would make the daughter a character?
Because exactly, the daughter's not a character, the illness is unnamed, and yeah, okay, because they want it to be relatable to anyone, but like Rose Byrne was not a relatable character, and like there was no sympathy there. She had no agency, she had no goals, she had no options, she had no action. She just existed, and things happened to her and in the world around her, but she never followed any plot threads. She just like talked to A$AP Rocky and then Conan O'Brien, and yeah, it was just a very thoroughly unsatisfying cinematic experience that went on for a really long time and ended the way that it was always obviously going to end, by showing the child's face and someone committing suicide or dying. Because that's what always happens in this kind of movie, because it's edgy and cool and awesome, speaking as someone who wrote a movie exactly like this, but way better, with an unknown abstract ending. Not that I'm, better than people who have made and released full-length feature films, but I went to film school, so... Of course I know better.
I mean, hey. She said it.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. That's, I think, the end of...
Yeah.
of this. Better movie to come.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands.
Oh, that's our next one? Put her there. Alright, well, this is the Unnamed Podcast.
Episode 1.
I guess
if
so.
I had legs, I'd kick you.
And I wish I could kick myself from having seen this movie and stop myself before I got this ticket on AMC A-List.
What is your Letterboxd rating?
Oh, my Letterboxd rating is going to be 1 star and no like.
1 star and no like.
I found this film morally reprehensible.
Really?
And my review is: Rose Byrne is a fantastic actor. A$AP Rocky is hot. Everything else absolutely sucked.
Really?
I really disliked this movie
1
a lot.
star?
Mm-hmm. I guess this wasn't the end of the podcast.
No, I guess not.
What is your Letterboxd rating going to be, Jen?
Well, right as
but speaking of, please follow me on Letterboxd. It's Bazii is my username. Thank you.
I left the theater, and I was gonna give it 4 stars and no like.
Oh! Hello?
Because I thought that as I was sitting with it, as I left the theater, and then we kept talking, and then it went down to 3.5, and then it went down to 3. And I think there's enough of a well-made movie in physicality that I couldn't give it less than a 2, because everyone was like pretty good at acting, but just like the script made no sense.
I'll bump it to a 1.5.
But like everything, like the score was pretty okay. But yeah, a 1 is a low number that I wouldn't
Pookie.
give. It's shocking.
Yeah, I did not think I would hate it as much as I do. But I really did not like this movie. And I really just can't get over within the filming and narrative of the film and how it's portrayed to the audience, treating a disabled kid that way.
That's fair.
I can't get over that morally.
That's fair.
That is a big factor in my rating. I understand if that is how Rose Byrne's character sees her daughter, but I don't think that is how the audience should be forced to perceive it. And I think that that decision is really misguided. And it just makes me feel really icky.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's my determination for my rating.
I'm going to give it... So you're giving it a star and a half?
I bumped it to a star and a half.
I will give it 2 stars.
Wow.
No like.
Yeah, certainly no like. I don't remember
Certainly
if I said
no
it.
like.
But, yep.
Okay, well, that's... If I had likes, I'd kick you. Next is Predator Badlands. And
Hooray!
That one better be good.
I think it's going to be.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye!